Hey everybody, welcome to the transformation of readings that I'm going to try to do one a week going forward is kind of what's being impressed upon my heart to do. And what this is going to be is I'm working on an oracle deck with the creator, and the first stack of that deck is the emotional fires that we're going through. I love what the creator gave is there's like a feeling, like in this case, this one is disgust, which, has to do, I talked about this last Monday, but it also gives us something that allows us to transform that emotion of disgust into unconditional love, peace, joy, laughter, our true nature. So what I'm going to do each week is shuffle through the cards here, and whatever one the creator wants to bring forward is what we'll talk about how to transform. So before I get started here, while I'm just shuffling these cards up, I just want to thank the creator for being here with us. We definitely invite you and are so grateful that you are here with us. We're also so very grateful for the unconditional love that you have for each and every single one of us on this planet. And so we welcome you and we thank you so very much. We also welcome all of our guardian angels, our regular angels, our spirit guides, our loved ones who've already gone to the other side, our ancestors, and any other of the host of beautiful, magical beings of unconditional love and light. And we welcome you here as well, and we thank you for your presence in helping bring through messages today. All right. Creator, what would you like us to focus on transforming today? What would you like us to... Okay, there we go. And it's interesting because this is the card that came out, I think it was a week ago Monday when we were focused on my daily reading about these. So evidently this is on a lot of our minds here. And this is called Disgust. It was called Disgust because I made these cards even before our last political season even started here in the United States. But I'm sure with most countries, when it comes down to this voting, it really, at the core of it, is this feeling when people don't choose like your candidate or choose your way of looking at things, choose your truth over their truth, any of those things. I mean, it's basically someone disagreeing with you to an extent where we have this feeling that it's so wrong what the other person is thinking because they're not thinking how we're thinking, right? But we think it's so wrong that it actually disgusts us that someone would make that choice and not choose the right way, our way, right? They, of course, are feeling probably the same way about us because whenever someone takes a stance that their truth is more truer than someone else's, we don't like to be on either end of that conversation because our fight or flight kicks in and we just start to really battle and try to protect and prove that we are the truer ones than the other. Ours is the more right choice than the other. And of course we have no idea in the grand scheme of things whether our truth is true or not, our little small t truth. Because what I love about the look higher is how we transform disgust into something that is of unconditional love, that is of peace, joy, and laughter. Because when we're in this little shadow person here, the little self, that is the one that we've been conditioned with since we were very young, with all these supposed to's and shoulds and needs to's and have to's and all that. Whether it's a religious belief, a political belief, a moral belief, a business belief, a relationship belief, a family belief, a friendship belief. We have all these rules that we've developed over all these years on what things are supposed to be and how things should be and the time frame they're supposed to be in and blah 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 blah. And it gets so frustrating because the external world is so unstable that when we're taught that these things mean something about us, that we all feel unstable then. And that's what this little, shadow character goes through, is this fight or flight most of their life, trying to fit in, trying to be lovable and acceptable, and God forbid being rejected, which is our ultimate fear, either rejected by others or by the Creator, or whatever God someone looks at as their ultimate judge. And so we fear all that, and this little shadow character is just at its wit end and desperate to try to be in control as much of the outside world that it can try to control, whether that's through manipulating by acting sad and depressed. When I say depressed, I don't mean like a chemical depression of the brain. I'm talking about just an emotional act of sadness to try to get people to do what you want, or bullying people into doing what you want, or rejecting people until they do what you want. All those things are the world of this little shadow character on all these beautiful, fun rides of fear in the amusement park of fear that we came down to experience. But the transformation comes when we discover that we are actually these powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love. There's a bigger self, a more expansive self, a being of unconditional love of what we are. So all these shadow characters that are running around on this stage are characters that have been made up for the drama, for the experience. But we, truly, the actor behind those characters, are these powerful spiritual beings, and our essence is unconditional love, peace, joy, and laughter. All those beautiful, loving, warm feelings, versus the opposites that we came here to experience as these characters in the drama. So when we're able to first start with us and realize that we are a higher being, that all these beliefs and all this fear is not really who we are, or something bigger, something larger. When we can look higher within ourselves first, then we're able to look at others and look beyond and look higher in them. And then that disgust falls away, because we know all these characters are creating this drama for a purpose, and it's happening for us, not to us. And so we transform this by looking higher, and we suddenly find that we don't care as much about politics, or what religion someone is, or how someone acts and all that, because it's all an act out here. We can zero in and connect to our inner unconditional love, and we kind of come into this middle space in the eye of the storm. All this chaos is going on around us, but we're in this bubble of unconditional love. Just be able to smile, be able to look at people and see that there's this higher being behind them, that this, villainous character that they're playing, or even if they're playing a hero, that's not really who they are, it's just a part they're playing for our sake. And in that bubble of love, we can see a whole new world through new eyes. So this week, let's transform our disgust, look past all the stuff going on all over the world politically, especially in the United States. There's so much friction with politics that we're like, what? We are not a political party. We're a party of love. We are a giant sea of love. We're all drops of that sea. We all are part of each other. We're not opposite from each other. We're not in a battle. so we can come to that place of peace and just know that not only are we unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, we are made of unconditional love. We are unconditional love. We fill up with that. We let that unconditional love flow out to the world, and then we realize in that space of love that this unconditional love comes back to us, knowing that everyone else also is made of unconditional love. The world is made of unconditional love because the Creator created it, and the Creator is love. So have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you again next week with our next transformation. So enjoy it. I love you. You take care.